Okay, I think that you might see me with my hand over the camera because this is the big reveal for my new camera. And I don't know whether I really want this good of an image quality, but ta-da! And also, how this is a really old L-word shirt, but how awesome is it? It's pretty awesome. So I think I'm a little bit, oh, you can't really see it, but I need to zoom a bit out anyway. So yeah, this is an awesome L-word shirt, one of my latest, and the sheer energy that has gone into sorting this whole situation out. Guys, you never ever should doubt my love for you, because what I have gone through sorting out this bloody camera is, yes, I love you all very, very much, and I'm a little bit scared about how good this video quality is, because yeah, I think I preferred the way I looked in the blurry, well, not blurry, but compared to this blurry iPhone situation. And I use this cup specially for you guys. I never use this because when I turned 18, my girlfriend and my sisters got all these t-shirts printed with like a picture of me as a baby. And for my nanas, they got my nanas like a cup of it. But obviously when my nanas passed away, I got the cups back. So I don't think I've used this in probably a year, but that's me when I was little, and it says 18 and still a cutie pie or something. Cutie pie. But yeah, that's me. I look like my nephew. It's a cheeky face and super blonde, curly. But anyway, enough of my rant. Guys, how are we? Are we doing good? I'm doing very well. I have been spending probably like all last night taking pictures of Gloria on this camera to see how good it is, and I'm going to tomorrow record my first video with it, which I think is going to be in and of itself different or difficult too, because I had like, if you could see right now what's going on here, there's like wires everywhere. I need to get like, I have like a little thing that everything plugs into, but I need like a longer wire for the camera to the computer, because the streaming software, everything's running through that, and then there's like the camera, the mic. So Glory, no, she's putting her hands in her water bowl. So how is everyone? Let me see who is here. I keep looking at the wrong camera. So let me see. Hi Helen, hi Savage, hi Tammy, hi Barbara, hi Ellie, hi Nakia, hi Deb, hi Gloriana, Sonia, Steph, Deb, Lizzie. I think I've got nearly everyone. Hey SL Watson. Hey Jenny. Hey Lisa. Hey Jacques. Oh, thanks for the camera. Striker. Lorella. Suze. Molly. Oh, of course, Molly. And Eileen. I think I got everyone there. Sherry. Sorry, missed you at the end there. Hey, Sherry. So, I hope you guys are doing good. Thankfully, we got a little bit of info today. Not huge amounts, but we got the video from Rosie, and then some stuff with my new ship, Gigi and Danny. So I didn't, because I was messing with this camera. Let me see if I can get it up on the screen really quick. This is stuff I was sharing on Facebook. Put it up here. Come on. Sorry, one sec. Not the scarf. It was a, of course Molly is here, because otherwise it'd be sad. Because especially the people that come every week are like always, hi KS and hey Kylie. Like you guys know the people that come every single week. If there's a week that someone doesn't come, I'm always like, I hope they're okay. I'm like a paranoid person, so I was like, I hope they're okay. Like, why did they miss? So I understand people have lives outside of coming to my live, but yeah, I'm just always concerned if, especially like the usual people don't come. So let me, come on. I should have just put image. Call this Diggy. There is like different versions of this, and then there was like a little video. Well, it wasn't really like it was, I don't know what was good. It was a video, but like there was stuff going on in the background. Let me make me smaller. Gee, not in the wires, please. Do you want to say hi quickly to everyone? Say hi quick. Say hi. Okay, you sit in your seat there. She's got her seat right here, you see. So, yes. This is Danny and Gigi, like, I think for the past, it has to be at least 3 weeks, we've gotten pictures of those two together. So I think that they're obviously pretty good friends too. And then they seem to have a lot of scenes together, because I think we talked about this last week. There was none last season that they didn't have any scenes together. And then the fact that we've had so many pictures of them together on set, and as we know from like Kate, Leisha, loads of other people, that, sorry, I just read something in the chat there and I was like, oh, I didn't see what you said about oh, Striker, sorry to hear about your dog. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, Tammy, block your calendar. You guys are so cute. So yeah, what I was saying about them is, like, Kate, Leisha, like, we all know from what other people are saying on the set too, is that they're not working all the time. Like, they're not, the fact that the way they're taking these pictures, like those big black like zip up jackets, like, you know, every single set I've ever been on, every actress especially has those coats between scenes. Like, they're just everywhere. Like, everyone has them, everybody wears them. The second the camera stops rolling, everybody's in those jackets in outdoor scenes sometimes indoors. And like, I remember working with Nev Campbell. She never took it off. And when we used to go outside, this is when I was like also 17, 18, when we used to go outside to smoke in between sets, and her, like, we're on the Isle of Man. I think it was about like April, May, June that we were filming. And, it's not too bad here then, but there's hella wind here. Like, the most wind in the world is probably on the Isle of Man. And, Nev Campbell was like in that black zip up constantly because she was always freezing. And even though they're in LA, it's February, so it's not super, super hot. But anyway, the point I'm trying to get to is that the fact that they're clearly, it's not like they're in their trailers hanging out. Like, it's definitely them filming scenes together. And I think Ariane put on hers like a video, but it's like really hard to tell what's going on, but you can tell there's like police lights. And then one of the crew put the thing that's to the top left on the screen that says champagne roll. It was like a little video, and the whole time in the video it was like police lights in the back, and it was definitely police because it was like red and blue. And then I saw other people saying about the FBI, so there's clearly something going on, whether it's just Danny and Gigi or whether it's, it could be the whole cast. We don't know, but definitely them, that there's something going on, the FBI cops. So that's kind of weird because, I mean, the only thing I think of with the cops really from the original is when Jenny died. And, in the first season when like the protest at the CAC. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, hey, some of you guys just came in. Hey, Discreeta. Hey, Roz. Yes, Roz, me too. I'm loving all this Gigi and Danny content. I have a feeling this is such a tease though. Lots of angst in season 2 between these two, I think, but I'm sure it's for work more than anything else. Yeah, because I mean, Gigi is real estate, so maybe she's helping Danny find somewhere to live, and that's how like they meet. I mean, like, there's a million ways they could meet, obviously, through like all Alice, Bet, whatever, but I guess it could be Danny moving out because Sophie and Finley are living together, or it could be Danny and Sophie moving somewhere on their own because they're a couple or married or whatever, so it's hard to tell. Hey Terry, hey Chicky. Yeah, Striker said, so how would Danny meet Gigi since she isn't with Nat and Alice World anymore? It could be something like that, like, because we saw Danny and Alice, like, I wouldn't say like friend, but like they were, talking about at Bet's election party. So it could just be something as simple as Danny with like, hanging out, or if Sophie and Finley are true, then Bet, as Danny's like her mentee, like feels bad for her, and Danny's like hanging out with Alice and Shane, and maybe Bet's kind of telling her about the Tina situation, or maybe about Tina in the past, and she says something like, oh, I don't know how where I'm gonna live because of this situation, and Alice could just casually be like, oh, you should talk to Gigi. But there could, you know, it could just be a coincidence too that she ends up meeting her, and they don't even know the connection in the beginning with Alice. Oh yeah, Ross, I just saw you. Yeah, Gigi, I'm pretty sure Gigi's a real estate agent. I think I remember reading that somewhere. Oh my gosh, Tammy, I hope not another murder mystery. No more murder mysteries, please. Just, I'm planning on watching season 6, episode 2 on Sunday. And the only thing is, like, with that episode 2, there is that pretty hot Bet and Tina scene from when they meet Kelly Wentworth at the gallery and then afterwards, but I am just dreading so much of season 6. Like, I just don't know why. But still, 12 years later, why did they do that? Oh yes, and I did see someone say about, because like the cops FBI thing, I did see somebody else say it's because Bet has killed Carrie. Oh sugar, I think my camera just turned off. 1 second. Sorry guys, this is please work, please turn back on. Are you turning back on? Oh. Sorry. I do have a backup, so do not fear. Yes, please stay on. Okay. Sorry about the temporary interruption, teething problems again. Sorry guys, I'm you know, this is all new to me, all this. Why did you turn off? Sorry. Now I'm like, hang on 1 sec, I'm thinking about this. Oh, sugar. The camera's dying, so 1 sec, I will use a backup. I'm so sorry guys. I'm such an idiot. That camera died so fast. Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry about that technical issue. Okay, let me, yes. Whew, thank God I had a backup. Okay, let me catch up on what you guys were saying. Oh, sorry, G, sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm just reading what you guys said while I was fixing. Oh, you guys are... Oh, hey, Joshua. Yes, all extremely excited about season 2 when we get it in, like, 2025. So... sorry, people that joined just at the wrong second when I was having technical issues. So, yes, okay, we talked about Danny and Gigi, lots of scenes together, something going on with either the cops or the FBI, and our other news was that Rosie did a live well, it was like it got posted my morning time, so it was in the evening yesterday, and she's back on East Coast time. So somebody asked her a question in the live, which whoever did, awesome. Like, there's never any L word questions. Normally it's Molly Molly and I in there, and Molly normally gets a good question in. She's the one who got Rosie to mention my channel. So whoever did that yesterday, great job. And basically Rosie was saying that it was really great working with Jennifer and Laurel and Jordan, which we knew that. And she was saying, like, you know, I think the word she used with was Laura Holloman was delicious. And hey Linda, and sorry, I'm a little bit behind in the chat, guys. And you know, everybody was not really saying too much about that in like Rosie's thing, but I saw a lot of people like reacting to it on Twitter. But the surprising thing that came out of that is the fact that Rosie does have to go back and film another episode, and I was surprised to hear that, but then not, because I know that we talked about a good couple of weeks ago about the fact that most of the crew and stuff, they seem to have a contract for 8 months. So it does seem like, unfortunately, it is going to take 8 months to film season 2. So they are counting November as month 1, because even though a lot of the cast didn't go back until literally the first day, and I think Kate and Jennifer didn't actually start until December, but they are counting November as 1 month. So November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. So if they stay on track, which TV shows generally do, I mean, especially when it's so planned out the way, one, the L Word is, but two, because of obviously what's going on in the world. So June, I think, will be when they finish filming. And normally there's only like 6 to 8 weeks between a show, like Showtime and HBO. I've talked about this before. They don't normally, hey Mira, sorry, I'm a little bit behind in the chat, and they normally wait until the show is absolutely finished filming before any episodes air. And this is obviously most likely the case with the L Word, Generation Q. So I've said before, I think my best guess is that September would be the absolute earliest, and maybe like October. But the only thing is, I said this last week, was with Dexter that's coming back, because they're filming at like the same time, but I think they're going to be finished before. And normally when the L Word and Dexter were both on at the same time before, they would never, because they're both like Sunday big shows and they're rebooted and they're both from the same like time period, the original ones, I don't think that they would air them at the same time. Like they're gonna either air Dexter for the 8 weeks, or they're gonna do the L Word and then Dexter. So that will really determine whether we get the show in September or December. And I'm just a little bit hesitant to say they'll do the L Word first, because one, Dexter, it's the first season, so they might want to see how it goes, and then to give them money for season 2, and because the L Word is taking longer to film, that they'll be done editing Dexter first, so that's why they might put that one out first. Okay, I'm going to try and catch up on these chats. Hey there, I. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind, guys. Yeah, Steph said, why is Rosie coming back for another episode? Last one. I'm guessing that they'll, it also depends whether these episodes now, like, they seem to be sitting around episode 3-4 is what they're up to right now. So say Rosie comes back, there's 10 episodes, so say she comes back for like episode 9 or even 10 and they leave it on some form of a cliffhanger, that it'll be interesting if Laurel's in, like the episodes in between, like 5, 6, 7, those ones. And again, it depends how many episodes she's in overall. Jacques said, back to Gigi and Danny for a sec. Thruples never last. Yeah, true. And on the L Word too, like, there are people in the world who do not have monogamous relationships, but the L Word, like, just has never kind of showed that as an option. But I do think, and the rest of it, Jacques said, so someone has to have a new affair, and maybe they didn't want to introduce a new character. That is also a really good point, because when I first started seeing like the Danny and the Gigi pictures, I was like, Gigi is my number 1 favorite new character, and Danny is my number 2, and I just really like both of them. I really like both the actresses. I think they're gorgeous. I love myself a crazy brunette, as all of my ex-girlfriends will tell you. And I really liked it from that side, but also from the side of, please do not introduce any more characters. Like, we have, the first season had 8 episodes, and we already have all these characters that we love and want to know more about, and want to know more about what happened in the past 12 years. But there was so much time taken up by not only the new main characters, but like the main secondary characters and the main tertiary characters. So I really hope that they start using the characters like Gigi, like Tess, that a lot of the audience really positively responded to, because I think I saw way more people talking about Gigi and Tess than I did like even Micah and Sophie. A chickie, she's coming back to pack her things. Oh, so I see a couple of people here saying about, is Rosie's coming back, blah blah blah. I guess they're not able to finish. They'll have totally scheduled it this way, because if it was just a matter of, oh, they didn't finish or they're running behind, there's no way that Rosie would have gone back. Like, the way that they schedule these things, and there'll be certain reasons as to why they didn't just film, like if it was a matter of a scene or 2 scenes, they would have just filmed it, one day, broken off, done an extra Saturday or Sunday or something, and done those scenes really quickly. But there must be like a big storyline or a big focus to have Rosie go all the way home and then come all the way back, to film during the situation that's going on in the world. And they're so like strict with the set and stuff like that. Like, if she was only going to be in like 1 or 2 scenes, so she must have like heavy involvement in the episode that's still to come. Oh, Jacques, thanks. I'm glad you can notice the quality. I'm really sorry about that. But the reason that I was like, I need to have a backup, is because I've seen that happen to loads of other people, and for some reason, like that camera is amazing. I have been going back and forth about buying it for ages, because it's like obviously, you know, expensive, and I was like, but I needed it for like some upcoming thing I'm doing for work too. And I was like, literally when I got it, I went over to my dad's house, and I've been talking about getting it for like at least 3 months, and I'm always like, oh, it'd be so good for the channel and blah blah blah. And like when I took it out, and because it's like really small too, but it's really good, and my dad was like, that's it, that's this camera I've heard so much about. He was like, it looks like it's got a weird haircut, and I was like, oh my gosh, like the comments he makes. Oh yeah, I see. Rosie said she's in more episode, assuming she's in early episodes. Yeah, I think that it'll be really interesting whatever they do, like to set up this. My logical thought would be that she's going to be, you know, in episodes 2 or 3 or 3 and 4, and then they will probably talk about her off screen, like, you know, Angie say, oh, I'm going to see Mama T and Carrie or something, and then when it's relevant to have her come back in episode, assuming 9 or 10, because, you know, that's when things will be gearing up for hopefully for the penultimate episode and then the finale, because, you know, sometimes on the L word. And also we all know that time is meaningless on the L word, so lost the place. Let me catch up a bit on these. Yeah, I mean, it does sound like we're going to get some really good scenes between Bettina, Carrie, and Angie, and especially because she was speaking like so highly about Jordan, there must be, you know, I'm sure it's going to be great. Like, we all know Jennifer Beals, Laura Holloman are amazing. Like, Jordan's newcomer, but she's been great, and then I like Rosie is as well. So I think that between all of them, and clearly they, you know, obviously we are all not on set, but judging by like their Instagram comments and things like that, like clearly they all got on. And I think it's kind of interesting because I think it was the L Word 19 posted this on Twitter this morning. If it wasn't and it was someone else, like, apologies, so credit to them. But they posted like a little clip from, I think it was an article from the New York Times, from when they filmed season 1 of the L Word, and it was Jennifer Beals talking about the actress who played Candace, and she was saying that, like, in the quote, basically Jennifer Beals was like, I could barely look at the actress because I kept thinking, like, you're the reason, like, you're splitting us up. And I mean, maybe like it's a different time, and like because that was the first year that Jennifer Beals was playing the character, so now maybe it's completely different. But I just think that's interesting that she had that reaction to a character who came in and was with Bet and broke Bet and Tina up, and that actress was only there for 3-4 episodes. And then on the flip side, like, now you have Rosie coming in who didn't break them up, but, you know, whatever the reasoning, but it's Carrie and Tina as opposed to Candace and Bet. So, you know, and clearly it's that Rosie coming on set has been really positive and things like that. And obviously social media didn't exist to the extent it does now, and maybe we would have seen, you know, Jennifer liking Ian Overman's social media stuff, and obviously like it's very limited what we do see, but I just think that was interesting this morning when I saw it. Molly, tin car won't be endgame. Oh, tin car. I'm just skimming through some of the stuff you guys said. And Chi Girl said, "What the F is tin cod?" It's Tina and Carrie's like couple name, but it does sound like a drink or like some sort of like child's toy or something. Yeah, I know some people are really worried about them actually getting married. I really don't see it. I just don't. I think that I even think just on like a logistical side of them, it's like the way time and all these other things don't exist on the show because they are so limited on the amount of time and episodes that they have. It's not a Grey's Anatomy or even Friends or other, I was going to say Buffy then, but that doesn't apply. And these other shows that have 24 episodes, 24 hours in a season, and they can have episodes like a wedding episode here and like, you know, a silly, like not even relevant really to the overall like season arc, but with the L Word, like they're so limited on even just time. Like there's so many characters, and if you're like dividing up, you know, storylines and how many scenes and how many people are, you know, lines per episode and things, like I just don't see them they'd have to dedicate a whole episode to it. And the only time I could ever see them doing, I don't think I can actually ever see them doing an wedding on the L Word unless it was like the thing from season 5 where it was like that wedding Shane did the hair for, where the wedding is like a periphery thing. It's not main characters, it's not even characters we know, it's just an event that's happening, because then they don't have to pull all the focus. And like throwing a wedding on a show is expensive too, and that would be all they'd be able to do that episode is the wedding. So then they'd be down, you know, they're obviously not going to do it last season, but then they'd even be down to 9 episodes. And I just don't think they would do it now, because they know that if they did with the whole like Tina and Carrie thing, like so there's nothing really that the L Word could do like that I wouldn't. I'm always going to watch it. Like, you know, I have a freaking channel about it. Like, I'm going to watch it. But I know there's a lot of people who are here for like the Bet and Tina storyline, and that's it. And I think that with the original show, they did try and like make it up to people. Like season 6 was so bad, but the only thing that was good was like they actually kind of backed off and like let Bet and Tina like be a happy little couple with like a little family. And people loved it, which again brings me back to the main point of my entire channel, which is like, why did they have them come back in Generation Q divorced? But yeah. Tammy said, why do you think they did not film everything together with Carrie? I mean, what could be the reason for that? To me, that doesn't make any sense that they're not filming everything together with her. So think about like every single episode, so the 10 episodes, they're like baby movies. So every single time, you know, every episode starts off way before filming, and you know, there's a writer assigned to it. That's like the very infancy of it, where someone will be assigned episode 1, everyone's assigned those 10 episodes, a director's assigned, but like right when they're writing, they'll be given these like overarching storylines of, okay, in episode 5, you know, Danny and Gigi need to be arrested by the FBI for money laundering, and Carrie and Tina need to split up, and Carrie has to leave LA, and Bette and Alice and Shane have like a drunken dance party, and I don't know, Sophie and Finley, you know, go furniture shopping in IKEA, and those will be like the 4 story, and then there'll be like a bunch of minor storylines with, you know, like other characters like Tess and Micah and all this lot, and someone will go away, write that script, come back, and then they'll sit in the writer's room, and everybody will kind of like, you know, maybe somebody beforehand will review it, and then they'll all give notes and all give opinions and say, oh, okay, like, you know, this works, this doesn't, change this line, why don't you use that word instead of this, blah, blah, blah. And they all kind of like revise it together. And then it goes to the level of like, all, you know, the showrunner will read it, Jennifer, Kate, and Leisha will read it, and all these other people will have like final inputs. And you know, like in my last video, my last retro review, and I showed on screen where like you can see Jennifer Beals has like changed the little speech that Bette gives to the bureaucratic maggot in the hospital. People will give their notes like that, and then that's why like scripts always go through, they're on like different colored paper, because that's signaling, okay, we've moved on from the blue draft to the pink draft to the shooting draft. And then they will have a shooting draft that is the final, okay, the only thing that's going to be changed is if on the day Jennifer Beals says this doesn't feel right, I'm going to change this word for this, or like that wouldn't make this movement, she'd do this. And while all of this is going on, the director and the writer are working together. The director will be like storyboarding out and organizing like the way they see everything. They will go to the costume department, the makeup department. There'll also be people on set that, you know, there's someone's job that they go and set up every single scene. There's someone's job that if, I don't know, they're having a drunken party and they're drinking silver Patron, someone has to go and get that silver Patron. Like everything you see on screen is meticulously crafted, and there's people have to go and organize outfits and hairstylists and makeup and all these things. And so the entire episode, like they plan it months in advance, weeks in advance, and when it comes down to them shooting, somebody splits it all up. And especially now with where they're having to be so meticulous with the schedule and make sure that they know, okay, on this day, like we need these people and this, and there's people that their literal job is to sit on set. Like I always thought I would like this job, where they're the person who sits with the script, and as everything's filming, they write down like everything. So the way I'm sitting here now, like if I was shooting, and I'm having this conversation, and this, you know, the movement in the script is that you pick up the cup, and I pick up the cup like this and drink it like that. Like, someone is writing down, Ashley picks up the cup with their left hand, and, you know, the image is facing straight out, and they take like 2 sips and things like that. So all this stuff is like absolutely critical, and the reason they won't just be able to go, hey, we just need to do these 2 scenes with Rosie O'Donnell, is especially because the writer, the director of, say it's episode 9 that she's in, they could be assigned to episode 3 and 5. So either they're filming and shooting the episode that's currently filming, so they need to be on set and doing things, or they're prepping for their other episode that's upcoming, and they could not have certain, you know, set pieces, they could not have certain outfits, there could be even like silly other things that you would never think of, that like there needs to be a certain passage of time or anything like that, but it's mostly down to like those logistical things that it's where people are, and if they're scheduled to do all these things in episode 3, they can't just, you know, have a day where somebody is, you know, the director has to be on set all the time, the writer has to be on set, that it would cause such a like reaction chain in like things not being able to happen because they've pulled all these people aside to do this, and it just would throw the complete schedule off altogether. I know that was a really long answer, but I hope that it made sense. And I just lost my place. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind in the chat. Oh yes, Steph, please give us a small trailer. I know. I really thought that by February we would get something. Like, can you guys imagine the day that like the little teaser trailer drops? The day I will drop everything and I will be doing a live immediately. Steph, how long in advance did the first trailer for season 1 come out? I like looked all this stuff up like a crazy person. When they started filming in July, they had a teaser trailer come out like in August. Like, they'd only been filming for 6 weeks when the very, very first little teaser trailer came out, and then they did a real proper trailer in September. And I think that because so much time has gone by that they've been filming for nearly 4 months. Well, yeah, nearly 4 months. And I just think they're not going to release anything now until pretty much the end of filming, because I think they're worried about being shut down. I really, really hope that me saying that out loud, like, the universe just wants to prove me wrong, but and like release a trailer tomorrow. But judging on the content we get from the official, well, I guess it is official, but the Showtime accounts, which is basically nothing, but there are some days that they basically wake up and choose chaos and will go and post something like controversial to like cause a reaction. But they give us nothing. Like nothing. Yeah, I just see you guys talking about like Ben and Tina reunion. I really hope that we get a third season too, especially since this has been such a long way and such like a like it'll be interesting how, like, if they get a third season, like what they do, like how quickly they turn it around, you know, with had this one of my, you know, I was telling you guys that guy, like I was on the news like a couple of weeks ago. This like Danish TV company like wants to use like the little segment with me, and they're like asking me like for my details before. I was like, so if any Danish people are watching, look out on the news. Striker said, I don't see Sophie with Finley in a long-term relationship. The writers might have Finley just dangle in relations like Shane's character was for a while. Yeah, I mean, obviously we all know that Finley has crazy... Gee, there's too many wires going on here. Finley has like crazy issues like with her family, with like alcohol, with all these other things. Like she's a bit of a mess, and I have seen so many people that think, oh, if I just find a wife or a husband and get in a relationship, then everything's gonna be fine and it will fix all of my life, which obviously it will not. It's like people who think that if they lose weight, like their life will like magically be fixed. And even if Finley and Sophie like are together straight away when we go back, like Finley needs to do some crazy work on herself. And you know, she clearly has unresolved stuff with her family. Like she was going back to see them in the airport. And we also, like, you know, did her sister already get married? Like, is she getting married? Is that what she's going back for? So I think that like there will be that if we come back and they're immediately together, there may be, you know, a few weeks, maybe even a few months of like happiness, bliss, but then all the issues that she has will still be there and still need to be worked on. So it just depends, like, if Sophie's prepared to, I don't want to say help her, but be with her while she's helping herself, because the only person that can help you with your issues is you. So yeah, I think that she should go to therapy, not Dan Foxworthy, but someone who knows what they're doing. Jacques said we could see some characters being faded out. My guess is that Sophie's character could be lost. The only reason I do agree, I think that some characters will be faded out, because even if, like, look at the original L Words, like Marina was basically the love interest of one of the two leads, and I mean, I know that was a bit of a different situation because of the actress, but there's plenty of other characters that were on the show, and like, you know, I talked about this a bit with season 5, in that when, you know, season 4 they realized, oh my gosh, we have so many characters, we need to get rid of some. But the only reason I don't think it will be Sophie, which honestly she's probably my least favorite new character, but the showrunner said that like Sophie is basically her, like that's why when the first episode starts, it opens with Sophie, and then the last episode ends like on Sophie's face. So she says that like she relates to Sophie a lot and stuff. I lost my place again. Lisa said they needed a better person keeping track of the stuff in the first few seasons of the L Word. Huge continuity flaws. Well, one, look out for a new video from me regarding that subject probably within the next week. And two, I literally I'm volunteering for this job, but nobody has gotten back to me. But there are like especially shows like this, every television show has something that's called a show Bible, and most of the movies that I've worked on, they'll have some form of this. And like a show Bible is, and I'm surprised that there's not any copies like ever been, not that I've ever seen anyway, on like eBay or anything like that, because they're really popular for company, like the studios, to make money afterwards. Like you always see them selling scripts and like signed scripts and making copies of the show Bible. I mean, they will redact some information, but it's basically a show like the Bible of the show. So they have like every episode, like a summary of every episode. They have like crazy character details of stuff that you may not, like we might not even know, because they'll put details about characters in there that are from like deleted scenes or like drop storylines. So, you know, there's way more information than they could ever put across in the show. And there's just so much other stuff. Like it is just every single thing about the show. And surely Eileen Chaikin, or even like they keep, like there'll be somewhere that Showtime has like a big warehouse, and you will be able to go to the L Word section, and there will literally be every outfit, like sets, stuff from like every item, everything is in there, like the phones they used to use and all those things. And somewhere in there will be like the show Bible and all these things. So surely somebody gave the show Bible to, I mean, if it was my show, I would have given it to every single one of the new writers, directors, and I probably would have given it to a lot of the new cast, because they are going to interact with these characters, and why would you not give them all of the information possible? And, you know, most good actresses will go away and do like crazy amounts of prep, like way more than even necessary. So I'm sure, or like, oh, I hope all of them went and watched the original show, and even, you know, went online and read articles and looked at YouTube and things from when the show was on. So I do have a video coming out about this in the next week, so definitely look out for it, that goes like a bit more into depth about these kind of plot holes, but like character holes too. Chelsea said, I just want backstory. What's up with Finley's family? What happened to Danny's mother? What led to Alice and Tasha breaking up? Did Jamie come back? Yeah, I mean, this is exactly like what I think too. Like, there's so much that just, why do we have no information? And we're very easily pleased, the L Word audience, I think, because like for so long we didn't have any representation on TV, that we're like, we'll take anything. Like, everybody freaked out over a tiny blurry crappy Zoom picture for like 2 weeks, and they could make so many like the Alice and Tasha thing could be solved with a comment, like the way they told us what happened with Jenny and all these other things. And I just like, there's some stuff that happened in season 1 of Generation Q, and when I watch the episodes again, I'm like, why are they wasting time with this? Like, it doesn't develop any other characters, and I just think there's way more valuable things that could have been going on in this, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever it is. Yes, Lisa, I would literally pull over on the side of the road if I saw that the trailer had dropped. I mean, the Isle of Man is really, really small, so most of the time I'm close to my house. I'm actually looking for a new apartment at the moment, because where I live, like, you guys know that, like, I'm basically like attached to someone. They're selling this, so I'm pretty sure that someone's going to put an offer on it, so I need to find somewhere to live, Miss G and I. But I'm gonna get an extra bedroom in this new place. Like, I want to get one more bedroom than I have now, and I'm gonna make the new room into a YouTube studio. That's how much I love you guys. I'm making you a room in my house. Oh, thanks, Follette. Glad you think. Covering random rants. The Incredible True Adventure of Two Girls in Love. Yeah, it is on YouTube. I think it's on UK Netflix too. It's definitely on Amazon. I remember when I used to go to like those they were like gay events, and they always used to give you in Tampa, and they used to give you like these little, they were like goodie bags, but most of them just had like pamphlets and leaflets in them, and every time they would give you like like a gay or lesbian movie, and I remember one of the times it was the Incredible True Adventure of Two Girls in Love. It was the first time I saw it, but they had some, I mean, there were some good ones like that, and like Imagine Me and You and all those, and Blue is the Warmest Color, but there was some really weird ones as well. Oh, thanks, Tammy. I guess that it's really funny because when they were asking me for, well, the guy that filmed it, the reporter, he's like friends with, my friend Katie. You guys know her. She was on my channel. And so he sent her an email like asking her for my name because he couldn't remember. And Katie, like, like I always tell you guys, like I've got like my 5 best friends, but then we have like a bigger friendship group too. And I'm gonna tell you the name of our chat, and you guys you're gonna think it's funny. It's all of us girls, and there's probably like 12 of us in it, and it's called the Clitorati. the group name, and it's truly awful, but I had no part of this name. So they were like, Katie put it in the group, and I was like, oh, I guess they're going after that lesbian demographic. Because it was just funny. I thought it was funny to myself anyway. Oh, the Olivia Cruz just sent me an email. What's it about? Oh, I thought maybe it was going to have something about that, like an L word person, but no. It's like a Zoom thing. No. Oh, Dan Foxworthy. Useless. This chat is like, it shows me there's no more, and then it like jumps and there's loads. Okay. Oh, hey, Jen. Yeah, you missed some rants, Jen. You have to go back and check. Oh my gosh, Savage, you called Pants and told him to go on the show. You are amazing. Thank you so much. I was telling Tammy today, I was like, it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I've written out like what I want to say, and I'm gonna call them, but Savage, you're amazing. Thank you. Anyone else calls Pants, feel free. Oh, thanks, Jacques. Call the L word and tell them that I'll take the job. Heather said, I really want Tasha to come back out of everyone from the original. I know, I really wish that they would have had Tasha come back in season 1, because Rose Rollins, I just saw, I think it was like a week ago, she has a new show or film, I can't remember which one, but she just got a new job, so I'm pretty sure that she won't be able to come back for, well, I don't think she's in this season, but season 3 would be good. But that reminds me, I wonder if a lot of people were talking about the fact that Rachel Shelley, she either wasn't the editor or wasn't the producer of this week's episode, and she's normally both, but she was only one of them this week. So I don't know, maybe, no, I guess if she was in, I was gonna say if she was in like quarantine for going to LA, but if she was in quarantine, she could still do that. Because if she's coming from, obviously I don't know what her situation is, like if she has a green card, if she has a visa. I mean, normally it's pretty easy for someone who is going into like film or something. She'd just go in on like an O1 visa, which is like a it's like when you've got some like sort of special skill that like a US person doesn't have. Like it's the one that David Beckham had. That's the visa that my dad and my family, me, that's what we went in on originally, because we were going under, when I used to work in like gaming and gambling, that we had that knowledge and skill that someone else didn't have. And it's what most entertainment people go in under. And you know, just with the way things are with the Carnival 19, that she would probably be able to go in and film, but she'd have to do quarantine. But maybe she has another job, and maybe that's why she didn't. Oh, Jacques, yeah. I'm behind the chat, but I am also behind in my YouTube comments. Literally tomorrow I said I need to sit down for like 2 hours, and because I normally do it like every other day and like keep up with it like that, but this week I have just been so busy that I haven't been able to keep up with my comments this week. So if anybody commented and they haven't got a reply yet, the reply is coming. But the one that you said, Chuck, about, I made a comment this week on one of your videos asking if you could do some character profiles while we're waiting for news on Gen Q. What do you think of that idea? I think this is a awesome idea, and I actually, Tammy, I think I said this to you. Yeah, I did. When I was talking, I think it was yesterday or the day before. This week has just been like, and I was saying to Tammy that what did she think about me doing this? So I'm definitely gonna do it. And I was thinking about doing like main characters or main couples, and kind of put that old psychology degree to work. Since I use my film degree to edit YouTube videos. So yeah, those will definitely be coming. Thank you so much for that idea. It's a really, really good idea. Those will be coming, and my plot holes video. Time for U-Haul. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Oh, for my moving, yes. This is why I'm so behind in the conversation. I'm like, what was I talking about there? Yeah. I've seen some places that I like, but unfortunately one of them, it's really nice, and it's right like on the front, like where, like in our main town, and my friend is the real estate agent for it, and I sent her an email yesterday, and her mom like works there too, and her mom was like my dad's PA for like 10 years, and then my uncle's PA for like 10 years, and she was like, oh yeah, like it would be really good for you, and it's available, but they don't allow pets. And I just don't understand how, because in America, I mean, I'm sure anyone American can vouch for me, like you just pay a pet deposit, and pretty much everywhere accepts pets. But in the UK, I found it so difficult. Like, and I understand maybe a dog, but literally I could move a child in any day of the week and not tell anyone. And yet Miss Gloria, who sits on a blanket 23 hours a day, can't. Sorry, that was a little bit going off topic, but okay, I'm up to the bit where you guys are talking about Jodie. I like Jodie, the character, and bye Barbara, and but I obviously like Bet and Jodie. I think that they just didn't work because they're just too different, but I don't even know how to put it, but yeah, like it was pretty forced, and I don't know. But Jodie was a very like self-actualized person. Like she didn't hella mess and hella messy and needs to go to therapy like ASAP, but not Dan Foxworthy. So she needs to go to a female therapist by herself and work on herself, and then she can address like maybe Tina and her can do couples therapy, but lost my place again. I'm gonna try next week that I've seen some streamers, and maybe they have a different type of software than I have, because I have, what's the one I have called? I think it's OBS. Yeah, OBS. And the they basically like get the live chat that you guys type in, and they put it like on the screen, like I have the picture and stuff on the screen. So I don't know, I need to figure that out. Let me see. Oh, lots of cats. Love it. This is why in that video, Lies the L Word told me, I was like, where is the cat representation? And that angers me so much. When you see people that are like, I need to give away my cat or my dog, or I'm just like, you should not have got one then. It's like me saying, oh, I want to move into this place, so I'm just gonna, like, Miss G literally has a passport and literally has moved around the world with me. You had the place tell you couldn't have a cat, but they could have a dog, Sonia? That's weird. Because, like, a dog, like, I personally, this is the first time in my life I've never not had a dog. Like, I've always had at least 2 dogs. I absolutely love them. And I do, now that I work more from home, I really do want one. But I could understand maybe people saying, like, oh, dogs bark or you have to take them out and stuff, but cats literally are like the quietest things in the world, and like they don't do anything. They're super chill. Okay, I think I'm catching up to the end of the chat. Oh, bye Striker, sorry if I missed you. Bye Terry. yeah, Ellie, no way I give up for a family. Like, people who do that got screw loose. Okay, yes, I'm caught up on the chat now. So if there's any questions, thoughts, feelings that we haven't talked about, I'm gonna eat one of these eggs. I love the way, like, straight at Christmas now, or like the Easter candy goes in the shop. What are you doing, G? She's like chewing her hand. Oh, poor. Oh, Easter cat, yeah. I have this thing in my head sometimes where when I'm speaking to someone and like silly words like that, I always just think, have I switched the word in my head? And sometimes, you know, because I like when I think in my head, if I talk about petrol or gas or candy or sweets, and I'm always like thinking in my head, did I switch the word? Did I? No, I didn't. Yes, I did. And then it's just a mess sometimes. And it's funny because people say, like, when I'm in America and I talk, like, I used to have this really good friend that I worked with in the I used to be the manager of the downtown Disney cinema and the Universal Studios one, and there was another like manager at one of the other surrounding ones, and he was British, and the like staff used to say that when he and I used to speak to each other, they'd notice like our accents changing to like more like, he sounded completely English because he was like older, and they said they could like hear the change in mine. And then my youngest sister, like, she lives in Oregon. She's married to her husband's from Oregon too, and when she speaks to like her friends and stuff, she just sounds completely American. But then when she speaks to like me or my other sister who lives in England, she sounds like a bit more neutral. And then my sister that lives in England, she sounds exactly like me, like half and half. So it's just, I find it so interesting because I've had literally, I started off my life with a Northern Irish accent, then I had a Southern Irish accent, then I had a British accent, like Harry Potter people. Now I have this like American British one, and I don't know, I find it so interesting, like what controls that in your head, because I don't think like about it, you know, but it's weird. Anyway. Yeah, a few people have said that about the music on the album. I know this is a weird thing to say, but I am just like I'm not a big music person. Like, I'm obsessed with television, obsessed with movies, obsessed with books, and even like when I'm in the car, I couldn't tell you the last time that I listened to music in my car or I like my radio, like I think it's maybe been on 3 times the entire time, and I've had that car for ever since I came back to the UK, so like nearly 2 years. And I just listen to podcasts and ebooks. This is what I wanted to talk about, guys. Who has put one in the chat if you have read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo? I think Molly's gone. I know she has. Helen, where did you live in America? I didn't know that. But I lived in America my entire adult life. Like I moved there when I was 16, 17, and then I only moved back here like a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. So like I had never even worked in the UK. And well, I did when I was a kid. I like had like, you know, part-time job when I was like a teenager, but real like job. Jacques, you've read it? Oh, no one else. No one else has read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Oh my gosh, you need to read it. I haven't finished it yet. Everyone lives in Tammy in America too. I didn't know that. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is Eileen Chaikin and Jennifer Beals are gonna like make, I don't know whether it's gonna be like a limited series or a film or like a made for TV movie, but it's really good. Eileen, you're reading it too? I think we're about the same place then, Eileen. Yeah, that's where I am too. I'm like 3/4 of the way, or almost 3/4 of the way. And yeah, it's really good. It's very pan with no cake. Yeah, we were talking about Generation Q before. There's basically like not a huge amount of information since, you know, over the past few weeks, but they are filming for the next 8 months. They are going to be filming until June. There's no air date yet, but hopefully we get at least, I would even be happy if we got like fall, winter, you know, some sort of like general. And Rosie O'Donnell, like that was kind of the update for this week, that she's finished for now filming the earlier episodes, and she has to go back for one episode towards the end of when they're filming. And there's also something going down with Gigi and Danny. They're like some of the pictures and like a little video from the set had like the cops or FBI, some people were saying, like lights in the background of the scene. And that like picture that's next to me on the screen, that's from last night of filming. So those were kind of the updates for this week. But if you're looking for like casting information or like anything general like that, there's a video on my channel. It's probably about 6-7 videos back now, but it's called what is it called? One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, it's 7 videos back, pan with no cake, and it's called All the L Word Generation Q Season 2 Info. Wedding pics, guest stars, oh no, that's a live. No, that is it, right? Yeah, wedding pics, guest stars, locations, filming, and more. And that has like all the general information, like the casting information, and like some other bits that we got to know. Just in general. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so the Evelyn Hugo one, I definitely would recommend. It's really good. Obviously, I haven't got to the end yet, so. Oh, Lisa, you think your merch has arrived? That's awesome. Send me a picture of you in it when you get it. I am gonna be doing some new stuff soon, but the I'm gonna do a video on the Evelyn Hugo book, I think, when I'm finished it. It's very like, when I heard, well, I mean, like when I heard Eileen Chaikin and Jennifer Beals, I was like, okay, it must be like lesbian. And when Ellie, I have the actual physical book, and then I have the audio book too, and I like flip between because I like to. I don't drive loads for my job, but like I go to like lots of meetings, and then also like for looking for like sites for the turbine or the wind turbines and stuff. And then when I go to like a lot of the meetings for like my other company that like is what my YouTube's under too, like my social media company, so I like to have the audio book to listen to in the car, and it's good. It's kind of odd that there's like multiple narrators, which I listen to a lot of audiobooks and that's never normally the case, but it's good. And I'd be really interested if Jennifer's actually gonna be in it, because I like can't decide what character she'd play, because most of them don't. There's only like a few main characters, but most of them don't sound like, one has like red hair, like they don't sound like they'd fit like her very. Oh no, I lost my place. Oh, good. I'm glad, Chelsea, you got your power back on. I think I was telling you last week, my heat wasn't working, but it's fine now. And my sister, who she lives in Oregon, as I said, she didn't have any power for like 5 days, and they like their car was frozen, and my brother-in-law like walked to the shop, and the shop was closed. Walk all the way back, and they got like a little baby generator so they could at least power like their Wi-Fi and their fridge and stuff. But how old is Gigi in real life? I think she's like a little bit older than me. Let me see. Oh yeah, she's a year older than me. She's 2 years older. She's 35. Like a year and a half older than me. Oh, sorry. All your Savage and Roz all answered it. Sorry. That's all. Gigi. She's my girl. Oh yeah, definitely Ellie, Evelyn Hugo. It got a lot more. I mean, again, I haven't finished it, but there was I did think when this happened, I was like, do I tell the girls and guys this and otherwise identified people, and then I was like, yeah, I have to tell them. So when I went to Marks and Spencer's the other day, which anyone who's not from the UK, it's like it's a grocery store, but they also have like clothes and home stuff and everything. But it's really like really middle class, like it's quite like a nice store. Like it's very, I don't know, like upper middle classy thing. Like it's not like a cheapy thing or anything, and everything's always nice. Like I get a lot of like my clothes from there because they do like short legs and things. And it was like the middle of the day at like lunchtime or something, and everyone's in there like getting their lunch stuff, and we only have one, and it's in our main town. And when I'm in there, I always see like 9 million people I know, because this is the Isle of Man and everyone knows each other. and I was listening with like, you know, the AirPods in, and it got to this like really graphic scene. And it was like very like hot and heavy on the audiobook, and I literally like took it out of the phone out of my pocket, and I was like, I cannot listen to this right now in the middle of Marks and Spencer's. And I was like, I put the To Ellen Back podcast on instead, because I was like, I cannot deal with this. And yeah, I waited till I got home to listen to it. But they just came back from break too, To Ellen Back, the podcast. And weirdly, they are literally, like, they started their podcast I think like a year before I started my channel, and their whole thing is they're doing the a rewatch too, and this podcast has been going for like 2 years, and they took like quite a long break for like 3 months, and we're right at the exact same spot now. Like, I think on Monday they released season 6 episode 2, and like this week I am. But they do an episode every 2 weeks, so we'll be releasing like our episode 3 episode on like the same day, or like within a day of each other. Oh, who's going? Oh, bye, Helen. Oh, Nakia, you're in Houston. Are you okay? You have power and stuff? Oh, Savage, you're in Texas too, or you're just from there? Oh, Nakia, doing pretty well. I never lost power. Water pressures. Oh, that's good. Good. Yeah, Marks and Spencer's is a bit posher than Target, but lots of Texas. Probably going to go soon, guys, unless you have any thoughts, questions, feelings. I really like the shirt. It's really comfortable. I haven't worn it in a long time. Yesterday, I put that picture up yesterday. I was wearing that black t-shirt that has the L Word Generation Q, just in like that pink and blue, and I had like my L Word hat on yesterday because it was raining, and I like was wearing like a leather jacket. I didn't have like a waterproof one, and I was like, oh, when my hair gets rained on, it goes like really poofy and like wavy. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna wear this hat. And when I was at my dad's house, he's like, that's a nice hat. And I was like, and I was like, Dad, it's the L Word hat. And he was like, oh yeah, your show. And I was like I personally make the L Word. Oh, and yeah, Miss G will be in some videos this weekend, because I know like the past few I made them at my dad's, because that room that's in like his house, like you know you go in and it's like a foyer and stuff, and you know when I'm sitting like here, you can see like the elevator behind you, and then where that screen is that I always have the L Word on, behind the screen there's a pool, and then obviously like the screen, and then where I'm sitting, that's a bar. And like obviously you guys know I don't drink, but between the pool and the cinema. Like, I love it down there, and they're like big comfy like cinema seats, and so sometimes I just go down there to do work because it's like really quiet and no one ever comes down there except me. And when I film down there, oh my god, the sound is so good, because the thing about this apartment and why I'm excited to go somewhere new and to make that, I was telling you guys, I'm going to make one room into just an L word recording place, that where I am now, like, I don't know, there I can show you guys. Like, look at the ceiling, it's a vault ceiling, so it's like goes like really, really high up, so the sound like reverberates a lot. So yeah, it's really difficult sometimes. Like I have the sound like on the streaming it's pretty good because I can control it a bit more, and then my video and stuff I try and manipulate it, but it's so much better in that room at my dad's, because it's like the floors cement carpet, and then it's like not that high of a ceiling. I'm talking about boring stuff, but oh, Tammy, you have your merch on. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. Well, let me know if you guys have any last final thoughts. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Evelyn, Hugo, Rosie, Diggy, the cop stuff. I don't think there was anything else. My camera that died after like half an hour. It's just weird that it died because it was plugged into the computer too, so it should have been getting power from the computer. It's weird. Oh yeah, battery exhausted, it says. So weird. I will have tomorrow. My camera is the Sony. It's if you just Google it, it's called the Sony vlogging camera. It's like specifically made for YouTubers, but it's the ZV-1 Sony brand, and yeah, because I knew it was specifically like for YouTubers, like that's what I've always had my eye on, because I mean I use it for work too, but I care about like the quality the most for like you guys and the videos and things. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Anyway, yeah. The videos I'm doing this week. I think I'm gonna do I'm doing like one about like inconsistencies and stuff. Oh, you're listening to the end. Okay, thanks. And I'm gonna do what? That's so weird, my phone just started randomly playing music. Weird things going on. I don't know, maybe it was Siri. Yeah, so I'm gonna start doing the plot hole, like the Generation Q one, and then it'll probably take me a bit longer to do like the original show one, because there's so many seasons and there's so much stuff that was just not addressed, things broken, blah blah blah. So yeah, and then I'll do the like character psych stuff, but I will head out, and thank you as always, guys, if you enjoyed tonight, please give the video a little like, as it really helps out the channel. And you guys know about the situation with YouTube being a little crap to the LGBTQ people, so it helps out with that little algorithm bugger. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed, come on, what are you doing? Subscribe to the channel, be part of our little L Word Silver family, because I love you guys. And yeah, I'll be definitely back. I'm really hope tomorrow. I have like a couple of things tomorrow, and it's like my little friend, niece and nephew's birthday party, so I'm gonna try and have a video out tomorrow or Sunday, and then I'll have my season 6 episode 2 review on hopefully Monday too. So lots coming. Give the video a little like and subscribe, comment, and I've got some comments coming your guys' way too. Thank you so much, as always, guys. I just love our Friday night chats. I really, really do. So thank you so much for coming. Stay safe. Make sure that you are all taking care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. But be good. Stay safe. Love you guys. See you soon. Bye.